listening to the Art of Homeschooling podcast, where we help parents cultivate creativity and connection at home. I'm your host, Jean Miller, and here on this podcast, you'll find stories and inspiration to bring you the confidence you need to make homeschooling work for your family. Let's begin. Welcome to the Art of Homeschooling podcast. I'm your host, Jean Miller, and this is episode 227, Simplicity is Power. Do you ever feel like you have so many great ideas, a long to-do list, and good intentions, but still feel like you're spinning your wheels? I totally get it, but consider this. Sometimes we homeschoolers make things more complicated than they need to be. We start with a big vision for our homeschooling, but then we get lost in the weeds, in the details, trying to plan out every single step. And it all starts to feel too big, too complicated. And that's when we begin to doubt ourselves, overthink it all, and even stall out. Are you an overcomplicator like me? I have a whole podcast episode on this topic, and I'll link to it in the show notes for you, which you can find at artofhomeschooling.com/episode 227. I just want you to know that I've been there too, and I want to let you in on something I've learned again and again, not only in my own homeschooling journey, but mentoring hundreds of homeschooling parents. Simplicity is power. It's so tempting to believe that more is better, that the right curriculum or the perfect plan or the next thing will finally make everything fall into place. But more often than not, it's the simpler path that will lead you forward. Here's the counterintuitive truth. It's often easier to keep adding more and more and more rather than pausing to simplify. It takes some effort and some focused intention to convince our brains that simplicity is the better path to take. So today, I'm offering you 4 steps to help you grasp the power of simplicity. Number 1, come back to center. Start by asking yourself, what really matters right now? Remember the values you hold most dear as a family and ask yourself, what could we do to reconnect with those values? In your homeschooling, it might simply be reading aloud. It could be a single skill you want to bring, or even one of the lively arts you could do with your children. That's storytelling, movement, painting, drawing, modeling, drama, poetry. Pick one of those. It could even be creating space for connection. And in your personal life, it might be rest or tending to your own inner spark. Big transformation does not come from juggling all the things. It comes from choosing one thing at a time and focusing on that and making progress step by step. And it all starts with being intentional about your choices. Number 2, break it down. When things feel overwhelming, don't try to fix everything at once. That is what we so often do. Just ask yourself, what's the next tiny step I could take? What's one thing I can do today to make progress in what I've chosen to focus on? What's the one thing that I could do today that will generate some forward momentum? Instead of trying to do everything at once, just ask yourself, what's the next step I need to take? That's it. We all know this on some level, but truly less is more. I recently heard this beautiful insight. I wish I remember who said it, but it goes like this. The more emotionally charged your challenge, the shorter your lens should be and the simpler your approach needs to be. Yes, that. When emotions are high, simplify. Zoom in, look just at today. Step number 3, let go of perfection. I know you've heard this before. Done is better than perfect, but I invite you to really embrace it. Your homeschool doesn't have to be flawless to be meaningful. Your lessons don't need to be Pinterest worthy to make a difference. Your rhythm doesn't have to look like anyone else's to work for your family. Allow yourself to try things, to experiment, to make mistakes and learn as you go. Progress is progress, no matter how messy. Let it be messy. Learn as you go. As I often say, it's the doing that counts. But let's be more playful because movement creates clarity and progress, even messy progress, builds momentum. I'll put a link in the show notes to a podcast episode I did on the spectrum of perfectionism. You might be interested in listening to that one. All right, step number 4, trust yourself. This is a big one. You already have everything you need inside of you. Trust that. You don't need someone else's blueprint to homeschool well. You don't need to have all the answers to everything today. You just need to start right where you are with what you do know. And if you ever feel stuck or unsure, know this. Having a guide by your side, someone to reflect your strengths back to you and help you untangle the noise, is a gift. That's what I do in my work every day now that my children are grown, and I'd love to support you too. So let this be your gentle reminder today. Simplicity is not a step backward, it's a way forward. Here's a quick recap of the 4 steps to take when you want to simplify. Number 1, come back to center. Number 2, break it down. Number 3, let go of perfection. And number 4, trust yourself. This is how to strip away the overwhelm. Come back to what matters and just take that next step. The rest will unfold. Let's slow down enough to enjoy the homeschooling journey by choosing simplicity. That's where we'll find simple joys and inspiration in the everyday moments. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with a friend who you think might need to hear this message today. And if you want to consider how I can support you to bring more ease and clarity into your homeschooling life and embrace the power of simplicity, you'll find all the links to the ways that I can help you in the show notes at artofhomeschooling.com/episode 227. Until next time, remember, you are doing beautifully, one simple step at a time. That's all for today, my friend. But here's what I want you to remember. Rather than perfection, let's focus on connection. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Art of Homeschooling podcast.